All right, my Gemini friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your monthly horoscope for September 2020. Now we've got your ruling planet, Mercury, leaving its second home of Virgo and entering Libra, okay? That's going to happen on the 5th. Now, Mercury is going to move 2 signs this month, okay? So, Geminis, you're going to feel this. Again, Mercury is your ruling planet, so you feel very tied to Mercury. And it's nice that Mercury has moved into Virgo to allow the noise to be more focused, okay? And it's also in your 4th house. It's been in your 4th house, where the sun is right now, shining a light on home, shining a light on nature, shining a light on connecting back with self, shining a light on family. And Mercury's saying, I think I need to focus on this. I need to focus on home. I need to focus on family. I need to focus on my connection with nature. Okay? So on the 5th, Mercury is going to move out into the sign of Libra, which is your 5th house, about creative self-expression. Okay? Lovely, lovely, lovely place for it to be, because it's going to allow you to be more focused on exactly what you need to do to assert yourself. And asserting yourself is extremely important because we're going to have a Mars retrograde beginning on the 9th of this month. Okay? Mars retrogrades are not easy. I don't want to put fear into people. That's not what this channel is about. I want to inspire people and offer hope. Okay? But it's not an easy aspect. They can be very challenging aspects because Mars is our planet of motivation and getting things done and the foot on the gas. And we can be standing on the side of the sidewalk, and wanting to cross the street, and we need to go to this store, or we need to go to this or whatever, and not feeling the motivation to make it happen. Okay, so Mars retrograde happens on the 9th, and it's going to happen for 2 months until like November 11th, I think. It's a slow journey. It's a slow process, and that's happening in your 11th house, which is a reevaluation. Reevaluation of what? Our connection with the community. Okay, your connection with the community. And your connection with the community is also squaring, it's making those connections over there to Saturn, to Pluto, to Jupiter, loosely to Jupiter, over the next couple of months here. In your 8th house is about shared resources. Okay, so this is, if you have a roommate, if you have a partner, if you have a business partner, a joint bank account, something, this is like, how do we maneuver through this to where we're all pulling our weight equally? Now, astrology is all about balance, and where one door closes, another door opens. Okay, and it's beautiful. The alignments that are happening right now. Mercury's going to move into Libra. 5th house, it's a way for you to express yourself, but a more focused way to express yourself, because in the 5th house, and you can express love and passion and romance. Okay, the 5th house is all about that, and you're just feeling yourself, feeling myself. All right, so this should be a really lovely feeling, and we're finally getting some air and fire. Now Venus is going to move out of your 2nd house here into your 3rd house. Let me show you. So here's Mercury going to move into your 5th house on the 5th, okay? Venus here is going to move out of your 2nd house, which is about money. Venus, the money planet here in Cancer, and going to enter the sign of Leo. So this is about information, how you value the information, and what are you doing to seek that information out? Venus is all about love, wanting, and desire. So this could be a great month ahead to expand your minds. Okay, to be able to sit down and read some books, some documentaries, or something going on that's going to be able to help aid you and assist you during the lulls of the Mars retrograde, which happens the next 2 months, which only goes back to here. Anyway, okay, so, excuse me, Venus entering your 3rd house is a lovely place for it to be. Now, Venus and Mercury, if you look right now, I've got this set for Friday the 4th. They're a perfect sextile together right now, and they're going to be doing this transition together. Okay, so we're going from earth and water into fire and air simultaneously. I mean, they're just a couple hours apart, couple hours apart that's going to happen. But one's going to be on the 5th, one's going to be on the 6th. But that's an awesome connection because we have so much earth energy here. Only one real planet in fire, Mars. These 3 don't count, but I've got them up there anyway, just to show the relationship between Eris and Lilith, and where Lilith is going to be connecting with Mars. We'll talk about that more in the monthly, or in the daily videos. Okay, that'll be coming up as well. So this air and fire is just like, oh yes, I needed this. I needed this ambition, this spark. Okay. Now on the 17th, we've got a new moon in Leo, or new moon in Virgo. New moon in Virgo, which again is a new beginning. There's a new beginning on the home front, my Gemini friends. What's going on? Okay, again, could this be, it's going to be at 25 degrees, which is going to be, it's a trine over here to Saturn. So this definitely deals with what's going on the home front and what's going on here in your house of, shared resources here, the 8th house. What's mine is what's yours, and what's ours collectively. We can live in an apartment by ourselves, or we can, together we can get a house or something like that. I got a lot of friends in LA that they're like 10 people all living in one giant mansion because it's actually cheaper than living in an apartment paying, $1,500, $2,000 in a 500 square foot apartment. So, could definitely be like, okay, there's a new beginning here with potential moving, or again, making those connections to focusing our energy on home. Maybe if it's not moving, it's a reevaluating and appreciating that place where we rest our heads. And as well, this is about nature. Home. We live here on planet Earth, and it's our connection with nature. And Virgo is about nature. The house of bread, wheat and corn. Okay, so this is this new beginning. Is saying get out there in nature. Get out there and connect with Pachamama, connect with planet Earth, and as Mercury enters Libra, it's about balance. And this is something I say quite often, is we are the guardians and gardeners of planet Earth, and this Earth provides for us and takes care of us, and we must in turn take care of it. So there's going to be some sort of new, Venus is saying, I value the information, and this new beginning happening, I'm valuing home. I'm valuing my resources. I'm valuing my this collective of what we have together. Okay, and solo, as Mercury moves into the 5th house, is about me. Is about you. About you. Okay. On the 9th now, this is when Mars only happens once every 2 years. Last time it happened was the beginning of 2018. All right. And it happened here in Aquarius, back into Capricorn, and then back out in Aquarius. Those last about 6 months, those Mars retrogrades. So we've already had Mars moving through your 11th house, and then we're going to retrograde back. And this is going to be, again, reevaluating your relationships with the community, and remembering right now, again, using knowledge to find insight to motivate you. Mercury is going to motivate you here in the sign of Libra. That's your 5th house. And then Mercury is going to be moving out on the 27th into Scorpio. It moves very quickly, okay, through Libra. It's about balance, balance, balance. And all the 5th house is about, me. 5th house is about my will. Okay, where also your will, in this sense, is also in the sign of Libra, which is about balancing what's mine and what's yours. So there's a lot going on in your chart that says we have to balance what's mine and what's yours, what's ours, and how are we seen, how are we acting in the community, right? And on the 22nd, the sun is going to enter Libra. So this is the beginning of autumn, the cardinal sign, the cardinal air sign of Libra, which is ruled by Venus. Venus now going to be in Leo. Okay, so Venus, what we value, firing us up here in Leo, firing up the pride and courage of the lion. Okay, very, very powerful transit going on. And then the sun entering Libra, hey, we have to find balance. It is a must, and we have to be willing, with all of this Aries energy going on. This is about self, and we can be so concerned with self, and we can be so involved with self that we're truly forgetting about our relationship with the other. Okay? Very important. And as well, you have North Node in your 1st house, South Node in your 7th house, which is about relationships, partnerships, okay, long-term lasting partnerships, whether it's romance or business, whatever it is. South Node is saying, like, look, this is what happened in the past. That doesn't necessarily make it so for the future. And it's up to you with the North Node in your first house saying, which path are we going to take? You know, this is how I acted in the past, and these are the things that I've done. And when we were confronted with these situations, this was the outcome. And I have a choice now. I always did, but I learned. You know, this is the beauty of Venus being in your third house, learning, growth, you know, valuing knowledge. Wow, maybe I should take a different approach. And if I really love and value this mind and value this information and value this person, you know, I have a new opportunity to release, to let go of something, to really dive deeper into self and where I'm going. Okay, so there is some balancing of work between self and others, but ultimately self-love, and all those ooey gooey good feelings. And once our cup is full, and we've released and let go of all this stuff that's happening here, you know, in partnership land. This person did this to me, and this person did this to me. You know, we can have some of those feelings over the next year or so as the South Node is in your 7th house. And it's just like, yeah, we're not victims. We're co-creators of every instance, of every circumstance. And the North Node saying, look, I have an option. I can go this way. I can go this way. And if I value that of which I'm doing, you know, I can take some different steps and different actions to get a different outcome. And Mars is saying, yes, reevaluate our footsteps, reevaluate our actions. We don't want to rush things. There's no rushing happening in the next 2 months, okay? Very well thought out, calculated decision making, okay? Because as well, Mars is going to be squaring Pluto, Saturn, and then eventually Jupiter. So methodical placements of how we're moving, well thought out with Venus in your 3rd house. All right, so this is the month ahead. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. You know, I'm going to dive deeper into how the moon's moving around. If you're new to the channel, check out the daily videos. Dive way deeper into some of these details. Specifically, we're going to talk a lot about this Mars retrograde and the other transits that are going on right now. So have a beautiful month of September. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me, and we will see you tomorrow.